12 shocking things they always hide. Have you heard of the brutal 996 work culture, where people are forced to endure 12-hour days, 6 days a week? Or the bizarre custom of allowing married people to reunite with their exes once a year? Then there's the extreme obsession with female beauty standards. Today we're peeling back China's dark veil, revealing 13 shocking truths behind the bright exterior. Let's get started. China is a land of deep and varied traditions, some of which may indeed be surprising. Among the B ethnic group, there is an amazing custom once a year. For 3 days, married people are allowed to reunite with their ex-lovers. When they meet, they chat, share their sorrows, and may even have intimate relations, all without fear of judgment. After 3 days, they part ways with regret, each returning home to continue their current married life. Equally fascinating is the Moshua tribe, often referred to as the Kingdom of Women, located around Lugu Lake in Yunnan and Sichuan. In this matriarchal society, women hold the power, make decisions, manage finances, own property, and raise children. Moshua women have their own room from the age of 13 and have the right to with any man they want. This is in stark contrast to the patriarchal norms found in many parts of China, making the Moshua a rare and fascinating glimpse into a world dominated by women. Furthermore, according to ancient Tibetan customs, girls must give to at least 20 men before they can marry. In sparsely populated areas, this is very difficult to do. To find the required 20 men, girls must venture into mountain trails, spend days waiting to meet passers-by, and do their best to please strangers. The girl then asks her lover to give her a souvenir to prove to the village elders that it has happened no less than 20 times, including souvenirs. How would you feel if reuniting with an ex became a tradition in your culture? Would this bond strengthen or shatter the foundation of marriage? Share your thoughts below. China, the world's most populous nation, is home to over 1 billion souls, nearly 5 times the population of the United States. In this vast land, 65 cities teem with over 1 million residents, dwarfing the United States' 14 similar-sized cities. Life in a major Chinese city is a relentless experience of togetherness, where people fill every space, from packed subways to crowded parks, even infiltrating the tranquility of tea houses. Solitude is a rare and precious luxury, almost impossible to find, especially during holidays when millions of domestic tourists transform popular sites into overwhelming seas of humanity, leaving you feeling suffocated rather than at peace. But the challenges of living in such density are only compounded by a troubling societal obsession. What happens when beauty standards become so extreme that reality itself is warped? In China, the obsession with physical appearance has reached a heartbreaking extreme, affecting everyone from everyday women to celebrities. Beauty now means heavily edited images, where flawless skin, wrinkle-free faces, and perfect features have become the new normal, even in moments of raw emotion like crying or laughing. In pursuit of this impossible ideal, images are mercilessly altered: legs lengthened, waists slimmed, faces reshaped, and every tiny flaw erased as if it never existed. Beauty apps have fueled this trend, allowing users to transform in seconds with just a tap. But this digital chase for perfection comes at a devastating cost. As social media's beauty standards soar, so does the insecurity of those who can't measure up to these edited images. A recent survey showed that nearly 4 out of 10 young women feel uneasy because their real appearance can't compete with their flawless online versions. We must now ask, what happens to a society when artificial beauty becomes so pervasive that people no longer recognize their own reflections? What if I told you that, in some rural areas, women are literally bought and sold like commodities? Before we continue, I have a 10-second request for all of you. If you can help us out, please hit that subscribe button. In return, we promise to keep making this show even better for you. Deal? The severe shortage of women has driven some men to seek wives from neighboring countries. Foreign women, especially those from Vietnam, are being brought to China. Upon arriving in China, they face language barriers and isolation, leaving them unsure of what to do. They are deceived, sometimes by strangers, but often by people they know. Each is usually priced from as low as $30 to as high as $30,000, depending on her labor capacity and health. Various promises are made. While this may seem shocking, there is another factor pushing China into crisis. To learn more, check out our previous video on China's single women crisis. Every year on June 21st, Yulin in China's Guangxi province hosts a controversial event that draws global attention, the Yulin Festival. Over 10 days, a significant number of dogs are killed for their meat. The tradition of consuming dog meat has historical roots in China and parts of Asia, but the Yulin Festival is particularly noted for its practices. Some festival goers believe that specific methods of preparation enhance the meat's flavor, boost health benefits, and bring good luck. These practices have drawn criticism from animal welfare groups worldwide. Humane Society International reports that millions of dogs are used for meat in Asia each year, with China accounting for a substantial portion of these numbers. However, there is hope as perspectives begin to change. A survey in 2017 revealed that 72% of Yulin residents no longer regularly consume dog meat, suggesting a shift away from this long-standing tradition. In China, certain gifts can make people feel deeply uncomfortable due to cultural taboos. A prime example is a watch, which symbolizes bad luck, because the phrase for giving a watch sounds like attending a funeral. It also suggests time is running out, which is particularly unsettling for the elderly. While fruit is usually a safe gift, pears are an exception. In Mandarin, the word for pear resembles the word for separation or farewell, making it an unlucky choice. Similarly, gifting an umbrella is ill-advised, as the word for umbrella sounds like the word for a break, implying a fractured relationship. But even though superstitions seem mild compared to the culinary extremes found in some regions, are you brave enough to hear about some of the most bizarre and unsettling dishes? In China, the flavors of Western dishes often surprise and unsettle due to the country's lax food safety standards. But it's not just the altered taste that might leave you shocked. Some traditional culinary practices are deeply disturbing. Imagine bat soup, a whole bat with its organs, fur, and wings intact, boiled in chicken broth and consumed in its entirety. The very thought is enough to provoke fear. Even more horrifying is the consumption of raw rat meat, considered a delicacy by some. These rats are raised with meticulous care, fed special diets, and bathed daily in aromatic oils. One dish, in particular, is almost too shocking to believe. Rat embryos, still alive, are wrapped in flour and served like steamed buns. When bitten into, the live embryo's faint squeak can be heard, an experience as terrifying as it is unimaginable. For years, China has suffocated under some of the world's worst air quality, especially in its booming cities and industrial hubs. In cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, where over 1 billion people live, the sky has turned from blue to a haunting gray. The sun struggles to break through the thick smog, leaving only a dim, eerie light that fills the air with dread. Though China has made progress, electric vehicles are common, and most people rely on public transport. The battle against pollution rages on. Cities like Chengdu and Chongqing still face severe smog, especially in winter. Residents check the air quality index before daring to go outside, masks are a necessity, and outdoor activities are often avoided for fear of headaches and health risks. The relentless smog darkens not just the skies but the spirit of daily life, making survival a daily challenge in China. China's society endures one of the most intense surveillance systems in the world. In an unyielding effort to control its people and suppress crime, the government has woven a vast network of surveillance into every facet of daily life. By 2020, their goal was stark: a nationwide video network that watches everyone, everywhere, all the time. cameras now dominate public spaces, classrooms, shopping centers, and every street corner. But the reach goes beyond what we see. Hidden microphones capture conversations, adding another layer of control. In 2019, the government tightened its grip by regulating small video apps, targeting teenagers' internet use. These apps now track locations and behaviors, enforcing a mandatory juvenile mode by June. The same year, China moved to enhance identity cards with location tracking and additional biometric data, including blood information, a chilling leap in the government's power to monitor its citizens. These developments raise urgent concerns about privacy and freedom in China. What are your thoughts on this extreme surveillance? Share your views below. In China, the grueling 996 work culture, where employees toil from 9 in the morning until 9 at night, 6 days a week, has become alarmingly widespread. Once an unspoken rule, this exhausting schedule is now worn like a badge of honor, especially in the relentless world of startups, where young entrepreneurs believe it's the only path to success. In larger corporations, however, it's often enforced through intense pressure, with employees feeling trapped, needing to prove their worth by staying late into the night. Business leaders defend this punishing routine, claiming it fuels the tech sector's global competitiveness and boosts incomes. But as this relentless grind takes its toll, a quiet rebellion is growing among China's younger generation. Movements like lying flat and returning to the countryside are gaining momentum, rejecting the endless pursuit of productivity and instead embracing a simpler, more balanced way of life. Still, the pressure to conform and compete doesn't stop there. What if your entire future depended on a single, grueling exam? In China, the university entrance exam, the GA, is a brutal, make-or-break moment that defines futures. This single, agonizing day represents years of relentless preparation. Some endure this ordeal up to 10 times, only to be crushed by failure. The pressure is suffocating, and when expectations crumble, the consequences can be devastating. Tragically, some students, overwhelmed by the weight, turn to self-harm, shattering their families' hearts. These young people often grow up isolated, buried in textbooks, and disconnected from the world, leading to widespread depression, anxiety, and even autism. In this desperate race for success, students go to extremes, taking memory-enhancing drugs, injecting focus-boosting substances, and using harmful medications to delay periods. Since 2016, China has imposed harsh penalties for cheating, with offenders facing up to 7 years in prison. High-tech surveillance, including drones, metal detectors, and biometric scanners, intensifies the nightmare. This system is a relentless pressure cooker, squeezing the life out of countless students. What do you think about this intense struggle? Share your thoughts below. We want to hear from you. China's grip on Western media is suffocating. Google, Wikipedia, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit all are banned, locked behind an impenetrable firewall. Instead, you're forced into China's own social networks like Weibo or WeChat, a frustrating experience for any foreigner. And now, new regulations tighten the noose even further. Children under 18 will be cut off from the internet on mobile devices from 10 at night until 6 in the morning. A strict tiered system will limit screen time to just 40 minutes a day for kids under 8 and only 2 hours for teens aged 16 and 17. But perhaps the most haunting of all is a tradition that links the living with the dead in a way that chills the soul. Have you ever heard of a wedding where one partner is no longer alive? If you like today's video, please give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel GlobeGo. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen now. I am sure you will like this content. Comment below with the next country you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.